and welcome to Monday's video. I promised you a chat. Grab yourself a cup of coffee. I thought we'd do a little get ready with me. Chat about the week, how we're feeling, how I'm feeling, how you're feeling. I wanted to start off with a manifesto. Now, there's a lady I follow on Instagram. I think she's Danish, and it's called And Bloom, and she celebrates aging gracefully and beautifully, and she posts beautiful pictures of makeup on mature skins, and she celebrates different women and what they represent, and she's just Scandi, and I love it. But she was speaking to a lady called Buffy, and Buffy, again, she also lives in the Netherlands, but she's an American, and she's a she's an English teacher, and she sort of helps famous people project their voice properly, speak eloquently, maybe people that don't speak the language, things like that. Anyway, you know how people have these Instagram lives and they have chats? Well, she was having a chat. Should I be doing this when I do my makeup? No, I'll tell you now. So they were having a chat about, you know, about loving yourself and being proud of who you are. And Buffy, she's called Buffy Doubewear. I will link both their Instagrams below, and she has a manifesto, and I've written this down, and I want to plaster this on my mirror, because this, the way I've been feeling the last couple of weeks, so I'll read it for you. It says, I refuse to spend one single minute of my precious, amazing life feeling negative about myself, comparing myself to others, or making myself, my talent, or my accomplishments small. That, I'm going to read that every morning. Right, I'll get on to that. Let's start makeup. So, I know I spoke about this before the other day, how I've just been feeling, I don't know, maybe it's my age. Maybe I'm perimenopausal, I don't know, but I've just been feeling, or I've been very hard on myself, beating myself up a lot about everything. And reading that has just, it's like something switched, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? Yes. And she was saying how she's going to celebrate what she does. You know, she was in a corporate in New York and high flying, but she wanted to do what she wanted to do. And everybody thought, gosh, that's mental. You know, why are you doing that? And she obviously met somebody Dutch and then moved to the Netherlands, and she started her business. You know, and she loves what she does. And, you know, I think we are really, really hard on ourselves, I think. And me in particular, oh my God, you know when you just suddenly don't like anything about yourself? And here's another thing, like never book appointments, like hair appointments and stuff like that, when you're feeling bad about yourself, or if you haven't washed your hair. Of course you're not gonna like your hair if it's like greasy, like a greasy mop. So you're going to be like, oh, you know, then you look at all these pictures on Instagram, you're like, oh my God, but she looks so nice with that hair. Oh my God, da da da. I don't think it's wise to book hair appointments when you're feeling fragile. Because it's just, oh my goodness. And you think, and this happens to me every time, you know, book a hair appointment because you feel like it. You feel like you know, you're not feeling absolutely, you think, oh, I feel so terrible about myself. Let me just chop off all my hair and maybe I'll magically magic into like a completely new person. You know? But yeah, just reading that, I just thought, I was walking in the woods last week, and I mean, I was like, I see like, and this is the other thing I was thinking about. Isn't it strange? I don't know if it's the same, you know, or if it's just me, but women don't tend to actually, like your age, my age, 39, don't talk to each other. Like I'm always out and about sitting in a cafe, men will always talk to you. Men will always talk to you, no matter what. Older people will always talk to you. But women your age just don't talk to you. They're just like, they think you're mental. I don't know what it is. It's so weird. I see all these like yummy mummies walking in the woods, and I just feel like going up and go, can we be friends? And they've already got their friend, they've already got their pal, and they don't want to talk to you because you're like some freak. And I was going to the coffee shop, it's on a big green. I went there like 3 days in a row because I was feeling like really sorry for myself. And like, I sat there and there was this whole group of women just sitting and chatting. And I just thought, can you just go up to people and go, oh, do you want to be friends? It's a really hard one, isn't it? And I always think if I saw somebody on the brink of tears or looking low, that I'd talk to them. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, what I was getting to. So I hadn't been wearing makeup. I wasn't even bothering. I was dishevelled. You know, I'd gone for the walk and I'd got to the coffee shop and there was these two ladies, and they were obviously like new mums, you know, with prams and babies, but they were so, you know, they were wearing the like Vega trainers, you know, she had a bright pink jumper on, she had her makeup on, jewellery, and I was just like, and I'm there bedraggled, like feeling like a new mum myself with no friends, and I was just like, oh my God, how have they managed to be put together and I'm not? I was like, oh my God, and I just kept like looking at them in awe. And they probably thought, oh my God, what is that girl staring at? But like, you know, when you're just like, oh my God, it makes me want to, then I'm like, okay, the next day I'm like, right, I'm gonna try, you know? But it's my train of thought now. Where am I getting, it's like, why wasn't, I don't know, I just felt like, this is gonna sound really mental, but it's like, I feel like the puppy rushes me out of the house. It's going through that adolescent stage, you know, where he reverts to being like 12 weeks old again, where he's constantly biting my ankles. Like I feel like he's rushing me out the door, so I'm like, oh, well, I haven't got time to even wash my face or change my knickers. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, can you believe it? So he's barking now and he should be napping. Using my train of thought, I literally feel like I've got a newborn baby and I'm one of those mums that just gets no sleep. He literally like rushes me in the morning out of the door, like pulling at my pajamas. Then he'll start biting the edge of the carpet and I'm like, oh, and I get all stressed and out the door and I'm like hysterical driving, you know, because I haven't had time to even, you know, wash my face. Like, I don't know why I just don't get on with him. He's gonna let him go on. Do your thing. Anyway, I turned up at this coffee shop, like looking like an absolute dustbin. And like I said, there's two women. I was just like, oh, I just felt so defeated, but inspired. Because I was like, wow, look how amazing they are. And they've just had a baby. You know, they've taken the time. And it's taking the time as well, you know. This is the Estee Lauder concealer. It's so nice. So lovely under the eyes. Anyway, I can't get that image of those women out of my head. And also, I was walking in the woods and there was a woman she was dressed in a bright jumper. I see a lot of them dressed nicely and up and out. And I'm like, why am I in my pyjama top, sweating, bedraggled? Like, why am I making it so difficult on myself? So now, it depends what it is. If I'm doing a video now, this morning, I will go and walk just without makeup and just go out. But if I feel like, you know, making the effort, I'm like to have my makeup on and stuff like that. But you know, where am I even going with this, guys? Basically, Buffy's manifesto, okay? Yes, look, people might want, oh, this is the other thing, you know, about people liking you, not liking you. Some people, I don't know, maybe they have their own friendship groups, like I said. I mean, like this morning I walked with a lady the whole walk, but she was an older lady. Like I said, the older ladies will talk to you, but people your own age, they just don't. And maybe, you know, I think also, maybe some people, and I see this one girl, she's always walking on her own, and another girl, and I think, oh, but, you know, perhaps that's their time. They want, maybe they want to walk on their own. Maybe they don't want, do you know what I mean? But I was also thinking about this the other day. I can't remember where did I watch it? You know that phrase, that saying, be careful what you wish for? Because in whatever it was it a film or a show? Friggin' hell, I can't remember. But every time somebody wished for something, you know, yes, they may have got that, but it came with something else, or something else had to shift in order to get that wish. So I'm very much in the be careful what you wish for, because there is always yin and yang with everything. So I don't wish for anything because I'm happy with the way things are. And yes, I may look at friendship groups and girl groups and say, oh, I wish, you know, blah, blah, blah. But at what cost? Ask yourself, at what cost? Do you know what I mean? Maybe that's a bit superstitious or a bit odd, but that's what I think. And it's because of that. It was a movie. I think it was a movie I watched. Oh, God, I can't remember. Anyway, so yeah, I'm very much like that and think, you know, okay, Shaz, you think you want to have this friends group and you want groups to walk with, but, you know, so I don't wish for that. It's just sometimes you want to be part of the girl gang. And then I was like, so funny because I meet so many people in town with schnauzers and they're South African, and I was like, oh my gosh, why don't I start a Facebook group of, you know, us schnauzer girls? That would be so good. But then I'm like, no, just stick to it, you know. But yeah, I just was talking to this woman today, and her dog was called Bertie as well, and I was like, oh, because like I said, he's going through this adolescence thing. And now he's literally running off and not listening, and you know, can hear me shouting down the park, ah, Benny, whistling, blowing, squeaking balls. So I was like, oh, I hope you don't mind if I walk with you today. And she was like, oh no, it's fine. Because, you know, some people, that's their time. You know, that's their only time. Where's my bronzer? Yeah, that's their only time to walk. But I've always noticed that, yeah, like I said, older people will walk with you. I just want to walk with other people with dogs, because when there's other dogs around, he's less likely to run off. He'll kind of stay with the group. He'll stay with another dog. That's why. And I was like, I hope you don't mind me walking with you. And she was like, no, it's fine. So he had an extra long walk today. Yeah. And then I read another quote saying, you have to, once you get to the realization, once you start understanding that not everybody has to like you, or not everyone will like you, you can kind of get on with your life. It's just, I expect everybody to like me, like, honestly. And if they don't, I'm like, what? Why? How do you not? So yes. So I went for a hair consultation the other day. You know, you don't have to pay deposits for consultations. And I'm like, I get it. They don't want, you know, they want to reserve places and stuff. But, like, I just wanted a consultation. I just wanted to see what, you know, what she could do, or what her, you know, what she thought. I didn't really, do you know what I mean? And it's like £20. And I was like, oh, right, okay. And this is typical me. When I'm feeling like insecure about myself, or not liking the way I look, or whatever, and obviously you're watching Instagram and you're seeing people and you're like, I want to look like her, then whatever. And I do this every time, and then I'm like, right, yeah, blah, 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 gonna do it. And then I washed my hair yesterday, and I'm like, what am I, why? with that amount of money, I could get that BarePro perfume. Yeah? Okay. Isn't that better? Rather than going and doing my hair, what I keep doing over and over again, expecting to feel a certain way, not feeling like that, and then crying for the rest of the year. Honestly, isn't that weird? Also, don't you hate it when, I will list everything I've used below. Don't you hate it when you go into like a place like a salon or whatever, and you sit down and you're like, we'll just be with you in a minute. And I'm like, I don't know what to do with my hands. I'm just like looking around, looking at myself, but no, looking at myself. And anyway, and then you wait for the person to come and they talk to you in a certain way. I don't know if this is just me or if this is my age or what. But they talk to you in a certain, or maybe it's my anxiety actually, I don't know. They talk to you in a tone, right, okay, like you're a silly Billy or something. Does that make sense? The sun's in and out now. Is this not going to look right? Hang on, let's see if we can put a light on. Yeah, it's like on these talk shows when it's like, should you still be calling people love or darling or, sweetheart, I don't know. It's like when I go into someone says, madam, and I'm like, madam, I'm using this bareMinerals palette, the Christmas one. I love this, and I'm using that reddish shade. Anyway, it's like when someone younger than you talks to you in a tone like you are an invalid or something. Okay, right. Okay, but do you know what I mean? Does anyone else get that? And you feel like, I don't know. It literally makes me feel elderly. God. I don't like, I'm like that with tone and stuff. Oh my God, I forgot to set my under eyes. Never mind. Do you think we need to? This is fun, isn't it? Oh my gosh. Oh, the joys. Okay, isn't this a gorgeous colour? Oh yeah, coming on to comparison and stuff. You're like, you try to do your this is the thing with these Instagram people. They wear something and people go absolutely mental about it and it's sold out and you're just like, oh God. It's like they're not even, I don't even know. They're not even like influencers. I don't know what they are. They're just normal people. But anyway, every time they wear something particular, people go wild for it, Should we turn the light off again? Let's see, is it bright? No, it's not. See, look. Okay, sorry. This is, I don't know how this, we're doing very well here with this video. Yeah, and I'm just like, oh my God. And of course, you think you want it as well. It's so bizarre, isn't it? You're like, oh, I need that. Or you watch someone's like tutorial or something, not even watching mine, but you feel like you need to have it. And I literally put a million things in my basket and I'm like, I need to have that. I mean, I don't know what. Okay, so I've put that on my eyes there. And I like to then go on top of that with that gold because it just gives it a really nice sheen. And then I'm like, oh, I want to do this sort of Scandi no makeup look, Yes, I want to do that, Just a bit of tinted moisturiser, nothing much on the eyes. And I'm like, okay, yes, fine. Sometimes it's nice to do that, but again, you've got to do what makes you happy, and what suits you at the end of the day, isn't it? It's really that simple. Yet we decide to make it ever so hard for ourselves sometimes, don't you think? Yeah, anyway. So now, and then you book in all these appointments and you're like, you know, you want to buy all these things, and it's like, really? It's fine if you're feeling already good about yourself, do you know what I mean? Then I think, yeah, okay, fair enough. Right, I like to line my eyes with this Charlotte Tilbury. It's the Dolce Vita. It's not called Dolce Vita anymore. It's called It Girl or something. I take that brownish shade and I just do the upper lash line like this. And then with my liner, what I've been doing is I just like to get that, so I get that sort of smoky, kind of smokiness. And then with my liner, I like to do what Lisa D does, where she just puts the flick on the end there, like so. And then, I can't remember if she dragged it in or not. I can't remember, did she? Or maybe she just put it on the edges. I can't help but kind of go all the way in. Have you quite finished? Oh dear. Now you've got hiccups. You absolute lunatic. Like the neighbours just move and he's like going nuts. I think that's his schnauzer for you though, isn't it? It still seems to be summer over here. You know, it's so funny, like whenever I talk to other people from another country, they're always like, oh yeah, doesn't it always rain? It always rains in England, it's always cold. I'm thinking, most of the time it's quite sunny and warm. So I don't know what you're talking about. I think we're at the point where, well, I'm just too hot with this kind of weather. What do we think of that? I feel like I don't know how to do my liner anymore. Like, why don't I know how to do it? It's not looking how I expect it to look. I think this is going to be a really long, rambly video. He's sitting on the windowsill. Right. Let's curl the old lashes. Yeah, I literally had that Nars foundation in my basket because of this one person. And I went on Cult Beauty and it was literally sold out. And I was like, really? And then it's a good thing to do actually. Put stuff in your basket or wish list and leave it there and see if you still want it the next day. Because I always find that you don't. And I was like, I don't even like Nars foundations. You know, it doesn't. And you know how also with these, everyone's after these quilted jackets. You know, these like, it's what women, to me it's what it reminds me of what we used to wear in the 60s, you know, like, don't know, anyway, these oversized quilted jackets, everybody's wearing them, everyone's getting them. And you see and you're like, oh, I want it, I need it. And I found one in Marks and Spencer's. It's still expensive, it's like £79. And I thought, I put it in my basket and I thought, oh, I want it, I need to get it. And then I thought about it and I thought, well, it looks like a giant robe. You're going to look insane in it. You know? Do you really need that? No. Right, I'm going to do the rest of my mascara and come back. Now, I'm still really liking my Modesty lipstick. Oh, did I miss my mouth? Did I actually miss my mouth? Oh dear, honestly. Right, so the liner I was using was Boldly Bare, because it's fabulous, and Modesty. So, I'm going to line with this. I love this liner. Isn't this a lovely liner? Nespresso hasn't come out with their pumpkin spiced coffee yet. Like, how long do I have to wait for this? And then I go over with Modesty. Which is just gorgeous. Could I be any more interrupted? Okay. And that's Modesty. I just love this. Now, here we go. Where's my comb? Where my comb is. Okay. So, here we go. This is my autumnal look. And I really like it. I'm enjoying it. So, I hope you enjoyed our little chat. If you've got topics for me, I know some of you have asked me about Instagram lives again because I did a random one and God knows I went off topic. So maybe I'll do one of those and give you a heads up, but I don't know, we'll see. So yes, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you're well and I'll chat to you soon. Bye.